Track Wrestling with four-time world champion Adeline Gray. It never gets old saying that, does it? Four-time world champ.
I think 5 times is going to sound pretty good too.
It is going to feel good.
Yeah.
You feel prepared and ready for the challenge?
Yeah, I am. We're doing everything we can to gear up for this moment. It's just about kind of monitoring your stress levels and keeping your goals realistic at this point. So there's only so many weeks and so much time you can get better. So we're just doing everything we can that fits in time within that timeline.
You're a monster on top. When did you turn the corner on that and get so good in parterre?
You know, they changed the rules where takedowns were 2 and turns were 2, and it just kind of really opened up my offense to be a little bit more exciting to see how you can really open up a match on top. So I've always been a fan since I was a kid, picking top instead of bottom when I was wrestling folk style, and it just kind of transitioned, and I've been very dominant and very successful with it.
You're so cognizant of your influence on young female wrestlers. When you have that opportunity to interact with them, what do you want to gain out of those interactions?
I just hope they stick with the sport. The sport's very challenging. It's not for everybody. It can be for every body type and everyone can try it, but it takes a special person to step on this mat and challenge themselves every day and be willing to fit through some of the grind and learn something from this sport and learn something about themselves. So it's about finding who they are on the mat and just letting them know that just because they're a female doesn't mean they don't have to try out this sport.
You get a lot of fan mail?
Yeah, I do. A lot of social media, some fan mail. It's fun.
What do they say? What do they want to interact with you about?
It's interesting. You get everything from specific questions like, hey, I'm the only girl on my team and we don't have locker room space. How do I approach it with the coach? To questions like, I want to go to college. Where do I start? And so it's just about being able to give some of that information and send them to the right resources and get them excited about taking bigger steps in the sport.
What do people want you to sign? Do you get a lot of people wanting your autograph?
They mostly just print out my own pictures and send them to me. So if you do send them to me, send me a copy too. I would like one.
As far as just getting ready for the 2019 World Championships, you've always talked about Terry Steiner and his influence. What's he done this year that might be unique from other years?
So we've added Troy Steiner in the last few years, as his twin brother. So I keep joking, they turn 50 next week, so I'm gonna have 100 years of Steiner knowledge in my corner. So I'm kind of excited to get that play on just, they come from the same background, but obviously they're different people and they bring something different to the table. So it's been nice to experience both people, and even though they look the same.
After last year's win, you had said that his wife, Terry's wife, is the most powerful and strong woman you know. Why is that? That's interesting.
You know, Jody is just somebody who's been encouraging Terry to stick with this program and to commit to this program. And as you've seen, so much growth within women's wrestling, and that wouldn't have happened without Terry. And the person behind that push is Jody. And so she just is someone who is constantly outspoken and standing up for things when maybe we're on the fence on if we should speak up for ourselves. And so she is just a very positive person who comes in and isn't afraid to put her fists up to fight for something. So it's nice to have her pushing Terry to fight for us in the room and fight for us to have a space in this sport and in this sport culture.
Is getting sanctioned women's NCAA wrestling important to you?
It's huge, being able to have a place for these young ladies to train in high school and then move on to that college atmosphere and get a degree and compete on an NCAA level and one day have the same feeder programs that we have for the men's freestyle team would just be incredible. So these baby steps that we're taking to get women's wrestling sanctioned in high school states and then get NCAA up and running in D1 schools and give opportunities to women to compete and to train and to get an education is so vital to our success in the future. So it's just building our stepping stones on our way to success, because we have a hard road ahead of us to beat Japan, and this is how we're going to do it, is by building a franchise that can push people through a system to train them and to get them resources and outcomes like a degree that they can use for the rest of their lives.
What's it like to be a year away from the end of an Olympic cycle?
Yeah, I took the first year off, so it feels mid-cycle to me right now, which is kind of a nice feeling. It hasn't felt as much of a grind. I think I've been monitoring how many tournaments I've been doing and just finding a good balance for myself. So I can feel some energy ramping up for sure, but there's a lot of questions on what happens after the Olympics that start to creep into your mind, like, do you want to, move in with your husband or have a baby or go get your another master's degree or what it is. And so it's about just keeping focus and making sure that I have everything in line to just get my goal completed, which is making that Olympic team and getting another shot at the Olympic gold medal. Over
on this wall over here is your picture. There's not many people up there 4 times. That's cool, isn't it?
It is very cool. Yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to have my picture on that wall, and I I just need an updated photo now. You can't see my face in it, so I think we might try something cool at World Championships to get a better picture of it.
I don't know, that bothered me. It was just your back there. I don't know why they...
I picked the photo, so I can't be too upset about it. But it's a cool throw. I wanted some high level skills on that wall from women, so it was a picked picture.
All the best at 2019 Worlds.
Thank you.